Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I figured you could all use some yoga right about now. I know I'm going a little stir crazy inside. So I took yoga out to the park. So this is a quintessential perfect spring day in California. Orange blossoms blooming, blue sunny skies, birds chirping, water fountain behind me. So let's get settled. Here's the things that you need. Bring a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, feel free to do it on a beach towel or even on your carpeted floor. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can improvise. Just use big books, 2 Bibles, 2 dictionaries, whatever you have that's thick and big. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can also use a man's tie. My personal favorite belonged to my dad when he was the Commodore of the Yacht Club, so very special to me. And you can bring a bolster if you have one. If not, just use a second yoga mat and roll it up, or just bring a couch pillow or a bed pillow. That's all you need, and have some bottled water, and let's get started. All right, we're gonna start seated today as we begin with our pranayama breathing exercises. We're gonna breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Do that again. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Close your eyes, and let's do several more rounds of deep belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, fully using our diaphragm here. Make sure you start your breath really low by your belly button. Feel it go to your ribs, then to your chest. So think about your breath as though it's taking an elevator ride up 3 floors. Up 3 floors and down 3 floors. If it's difficult for you to keep a straight spine, you can always lay on your back. Whichever is more appropriate for you. You could sit in a chair, you could sit up against a wall, you could stand. Whatever keeps your back straight. You want to have a nice neutral spine. So you don't want to hunch over and you don't want to arch. A nice neutral spine. And keep going here, several more rounds of 3-part breathing. Close your eyes so you block out all distractions. Don't look in a mirror. Don't look at what's going on around you. Just try to go within and try to be fully present. I know we're in uncertain times right now. We're feeling pretty stressed and pretty anxious. So try to just be in the moment if you can. Enjoy the moment. Feel some gratitude. I'm enjoying this nice breeze. Let's do a couple more rounds here, 3-part breathing. Let's move on to our next pranayama. Our next breathing exercise, we're going to add some kumbhaka breathing or breath retention. So in this exercise, we're going to inhale for 4 seconds, hold our breath 4 seconds, and then exhale for 4 seconds. So 3 equal parts, 4 seconds each. Let's begin. Let's take a deep inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 2, 3, 4. Exhale it out, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let's keep going with this. Just do this on your own. And you do this at your own perfect rhythm. If 4 seconds doesn't work for you, choose another number, but have all 3 parts the same in length. The inhale, the retention, and the exhale. This takes a little bit of focus, a little patience. Yogi Bhajan called this mental grit. Just do your best. Without judgment, without being critical. Your mind will try to wander off, wrangle it back in. Flexing those mental muscles. Let's do 2 or 3 more rounds here. Stay with it. Be patient. Pay particular attention to that exhale. Try not to rush that exhale. Last one, yogis. Let's move on to our third pranayama, Nada Shohani, alternate nostril breathing. Let's take our right thumb and close our right nostril. We're going to inhale into the left nostril, close the left with any finger, open the right, exhale right. Inhale right, close the right, open the left, exhale left. Breathe into the left, close the left, open the right, exhale right. Into the right, close the right, open the left, out the left. Keep going just like that. In one side, out the other. Slow and even. No rushing. Remember, you can use one hand or 2 hands here, whatever works better for you. There's no right or wrong. The best pranayama is the one you do regularly. So find one you like and do it every day. It'll lower your blood pressure and calm your nerves. And even though we're only doing a little bit of pranayama today, you can always feel free to revisit these later. Set a timer and try to do it 10 minutes a day. Last round. Relax. Let's take a moment here, dedicate your practice to someone or something. And then set an intention for your practice today, something you can focus on, a mini goal. Let's all come to our backs. Now, if you want to rest your head on something, you can use a rolled up yoga mat or a bolster or a bed pillow or a couch pillow. You're going to lower down onto your backs here. Let's start in Apanasana, knees to chest. So draw your knees in to your chest. You can hold your shins or you can hold your hamstrings, whatever feels appropriate. And you can start to rock side to side. And just say good morning to your back. Wake up your spine and your tailbone, your shoulders. This might be the first bit of rotation your spine has had today, so be gentle. And you can stay here or join us as we deepen here. Arms go out to the side. We're going to use our breath and float our legs side to side. Think of window wipers here. So inhale center, exhale to the side. Inhale center, exhale other side. Inhale center, exhale down. Let's keep going with these. Just go at your own perfect rhythm. Try to keep the shoulders melted down. You don't want to lift it up. Keep it melted down. And don't forget to use your breath here. Every movement has a breath that corresponds. Inhale center, exhale side. Inhale center, exhale side. The word yoga means union, yoke, bind. So the pose and the breath go together. Let's do a few more here. You might hear a few little snap, crackle, pops happening. Deeper the breath, the more you can twist. So really use your breath as your tool here. Let's hold in the center. Back to where we started, Apanasana. We're going to move into Viparita Karana pose, legs up the wall. So if you happen to be near a wall, feel free to put your legs up against the wall. Otherwise, we're just pretending that we have a wall here. Flex the feet, soles the feet up to the sky or to your ceiling. You can have a little bend in the knees if you need it. Angle your tailbone forward and down. Make sure you're not rolling backward. You should not feel like you're doing a backward somersault here. Angle that tailbone forward and down. We call this an imprinted spine. Your hand should not be able to slide under your back here. No space in your low back. Stay with it. This is a very restorative pose. All the blood, all the fluid is coming down. Your heart's resting. This is really good for sciatica, good for swollen legs and ankles and feet. Try not to think about what we're doing next here. Just enjoy the pose we're in. We're going to move into a nice hamstring stretch here. So let's lower our left leg down. Reach for the right leg. Bring it in. I'm going to grab a yoga strap to show you how we can use this as a prop. So again, you can use a tie or even a bathrobe sash or a yoga strap that you can purchase at Walmart for $10. You're going to put that around your foot, and then it helps you bring the leg closer to you. You can give it as much slack as you need. You can bend the knee if you need to. Maybe you don't need the strap at all. While you're here, you can flex and point that foot. Circle the ankle each way. Massage anything that needs a massage. Calf, hamstring, or foot. As for the other leg, it can be straight or bent. Make sure you make this pose slightly uncomfortable. In yoga, we call this going to your edge. It shouldn't hurt. You don't want to go to the point of pain, but slight discomfort is good. Stretch that hamstring. Couple more breaths, yogis. We're going to move into big toe hold next. So you can either make that peace sign with your two fingers, wrap it around your big toe, and start to take your right leg out to the right, or use a yoga strap around your foot. Anchor down into your left heel here. Feel a nice stretch across the front of the left hip. Through the adductor, the inner thigh. See if you can really refine this pose. Straight leg, flexed foot. Use your breath. Inhale. Exhale as you deepen. We'll go one last breath here. Next, we're going to move into revolved big toe hold. So take that leg up and switch hands. Now you're going to take the leg across your body for revolved big toe hold. Now you could use one of your yoga blocks over there to rest your leg or foot on. Try not to lift up that arm and roll the body. Keep the shoulder down. You can look up or out to the right. This should feel very nice, like you're a wet towel getting wrung out. Wringing out toxins and tension and massaging those inner organs. Last breath. Bringing the leg back up. And with control, you're going to slowly lower the leg with a straight leg and a flexed foot. Don't slap it down hard. Use control. Let's do the same sequence on the second side. First, recenter on your mat. You might have traveled a little bit. Get recentered. You're going to take your left leg up. And remember, you have that strap there to put around your arch if you need it. Hold whatever is appropriate here. Inhale. Exhale, bring the leg in. This might be your tighter side. Massage anything where you feel any knots or tension. This is your time to give yourself some self-care. Since right now we can't go out and get a massage, you got to give your own self a massage here. Flex and point if that feels good. Circle if that feels good. We have a lovely California day today. It's probably about in the 60s. Breezy, sunny. I wanted to make sure to get this video done before the rain hit tomorrow. We'll do 2 more breaths here in this hamstring stretch. And remember, this right leg can be bent or straight, whatever is appropriate for you. Let's move into big toe hold. So give me that peace sign. Wrap it around your big toe. We call this a yogi toe lock. Slowly take the leg out. You can have it bent to start. If you're new to yoga, take your time, baby steps. Maybe you have more advanced practice, but this is suitable for everybody. Everyone belongs. No comparing, no competing. Anchor down into that right heel, right hip, right arm. You don't want the body to roll here. You're stretching your adductor, your inner thigh. So you might feel a little uneasy here. Just keep breathing, keep breathing. Let's prepare to revolve. Take your leg up. Switch hands, take it across. I'm going to use my yoga blocks to show you here how you can bring the floor up to you using your blocks. And again, if you don't have blocks, just use 2 large books. So now I've brought the floor up to me here with the 2 blocks. You should feel a nice stretch through the glute, the side of your glute, and also down your iliotibial band here. Your spine is rotating. You could look to the left if you like. So you get a nice corkscrew effect here on your spine, as though your lower body is going one way and your upper body is going the other way. Very good for digestion. Last breath. Bring the leg up. With control, with precision, with grace, you're going to lower. So you feel it in that quadricep. Recenter if you've traveled off your mat at all. Bring your knees back in, back to Apanasana, knees to chest. From here, we're going to come into a reclining figure 4. Cross your right ankle over your left leg so it's a little higher than your knee joint. You're going to interlace your fingers behind the back of the left leg if you can. If that does not feel good, just grab anything. Bring both legs into the body so you feel a nice stretch through your glute and hip on the right side. Flex into that front foot. You can use a strap behind this left leg if you want to. Just be sure that you don't lift up. This is not a sit-up. Keep your head down and bring your legs to you. This is a nice hip opener. Stretching through the glute and the hip. We do carry a lot of trauma in our hips. Remember, you can get injured coming out of a yoga pose. So come out of the pose gently and intelligently. Take care of those knees. They're very fragile. Let's switch. One side might be a little tighter than the other. Use your breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring everything in a little closer. Make sure that you're not pushing directly on that knee joint. Always take care of your knees. Go to your edge here. Find that sweet spot. Not too easy, not too hard. Just right. Last breath, yogis. Finish the exhale and then slowly untangle the legs. Feet flat on the mat. We're going to come into bridge pose now, which is a little back bend. Have your blocks handy to support your back. We'll do a restorative bridge. So your arms alongside your body, palms down. Walking your feet towards your glutes. And then come up. Place a block under your back. Rest into that block. Make sure that you don't splay your legs apart. Keep them parallel. You might even want to use a block here to remind you. And we don't want to look right or left here. Protect the cervical spine without moving the head or neck. Now, if you have a more advanced yoga practice, feel free to go into a full bridge or a full wheel here. I'm going to keep my bridge very safe, beginner and moderate today, using the block. Last breath. Lower down one vertebra at a time. Upper, middle, and lower. We're going to bring ourselves up to seated. So if you need to roll to your side first, do that and press up. Or use momentum to rock yourself up. Whatever you need to do to get up. Let's all meet with legs in front. Coming into Dandasana or staff pose. Have your strap handy. In this pose, we're going to move into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Make sure that you hinge at your hips and you keep your back more flat than rounded. We're going to inhale. Exhale, reach. No need to do this or this. So really try not to round or bounce. Protect your back. Chin toward your toes, reaching like you're reaching over a cliff. And then you can use that strap or that tie or that bathrobe sash, whatever you have. Inhale. Exhale. And remember, you can always bend your knees if you need to. Another option is sitting on a block. If you put a block under your sits bones, it will tilt your pelvis and help you reach a little further. So lots of options. Again, we're stretching the hamstring, back of the upper leg. It's important to know what muscle you're stretching. Make the mind-muscle connection. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Like I have your wrists and I'm pulling you toward me. You can hold your toes if you like. Bend the knees if you need to. There's no perfect pose here. Just do what you can. Do your best. Your best is enough. You're enough. Last breath. Exhale. Okay. From here, we're going to move into an all fours position. Let's find our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. We're going to move into the cat and cow flow. Now, if you need to cushion your knees, use a bolster or a bed pillow or double up your mat, but take care of your knees if they need extra protection. We're going to inhale as we arch and exhale as we round. Inhale, tailbone up. Exhale, tailbone under you. Inhale as you look up and arch. Exhale as you scoop and round. Keep flowing. Every movement has a breath that corresponds. Inhale as you look up and arch. Exhale as you scoop the belly and round your back. So we're going between extension of the spine and flexion of the spine. Close your eyes. Enjoy this nice flow. Feel grateful for your spine. If you're able to do this movement, your spine's in pretty good shape. You're as healthy and young as your spine is. Keep going, about 5 more, cat and cow. This should feel nice on your spine. This is a good one to do daily if you only have a few minutes. Last one. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Let's all meet in Balasana, child's pose. So you're gonna sink your glutes back towards your heels. You can always put a bolster back there if it's too much flexion. Come to child's pose and take a little rest. Balasana, child's pose, is the resting pose in yoga. You can stay here as long as you need to. If this is not comfortable, try puppy dog pose. Looks like this. Hips are up high. So modify if you need to. Last breath here in puppy dog or child's pose. And next we're going to move through the modified half series flow. So this is a little bit of a flow that's modified, a lot easier than Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. But it will still get the juices flowing and still get us warmer. So let's come back to all fours. Make room on your yoga mat in front of you. We're going to shift forward into a modified plank. Shoulder heads are over your wrists, knees and shins are on the ground. Lower with control. Look up, arch, baby cobra, and back to child's pose. Shift forward, lower with control, chaturanga. Look up at arch, bhujangasana. And back to balasana. Let's flow through a few rounds. Keep flowing. Make sure that when you lower, you're not dropping. Lower with control. Keep those elbows tucked in tight by your ribs. Don't just fall with gravity. Resist gravity on the way down. Keep flowing, everybody. Let's do several more. We want to get nice and warm before we move into Kapotasana, pigeon. Let's do 2 more rounds here. And now that our body's nice and warm, we can move into Kapotasana, or pigeon pose, next. So from on all fours, let's slide our right knee forward. And let's take that foot out to the opening on the left side. Now this is where the props really come in handy. You can use a yoga block and slide it under your right glute to keep that glute lifted. You can also use your bolster or bed pillow to snuggle into here. Or you could use a block to rest your forehead on. You are in charge of how intense this pose is here. If you push your foot further away from the body, it will deepen the pose. Closer to the body, less of a stretch. Keep that right glute lifted. Come into sleeping pigeon if you're able to. You should feel a deep stretch through the right glute and the right hip. Use your breath here. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Option to come into mermaid here if you wanted to. Get a quadricep stretch. Come back to all fours. Let's do the same pose on the other side. Keeping that glute lifted off the floor. You don't want to sit. You'll lose the stretch if you do that. So keep the glute lifted. This is my tighter side, so it looks very different from the other side. Again, you can stay up high. You can go halfway to the forearms or all the way down to the torso resting on the floor. King pigeon. Or sleeping pigeon, yogi's choice. Sliding the heel further away from the body to deepen the stretch, keeping it closer to the body for less of a stretch. Make sure you're not on the kneecap. You should be on your shin. Last couple of breaths here. Hang in there. We're almost there. So come back to all fours. Let's take a rest in child's pose. Sink it back, and remember, if child's pose isn't comfortable, you can come into puppy dog pose, hips up high in the air. Let's take a couple breaths in child's pose. You can always roll the wrists if you need to. Shake out the wrists or the fingers. Next, we're going to be moving into Anjaneyasana or lunge. I'm going to switch around. We're going to go ahead and step our right foot forward. And come on up. Cushion that left knee if it needs extra cushioning. You're going to sink down to stretch that back hip flexor. Be sure that you don't collapse onto the front leg or overly dump into the lumbar. So lift through the crown of your head. You can sink down and lift up at the same time. Press into that front foot, Pada Bandha, foot lock. And be sure the knee is over your ankle, not your toes, so you don't hyperextend. You're energetically sinking down and reaching up at the same time. Lengthening through the spine, stretching through the quad. Make sure you're sinking enough to get that stretch in that hip flexor without collapsing. Keep that crease right there in your hip. We're going to take it into half Hanumanasana, half monkey pose. So hands go down, square the hips, and sink them backward. You're going to start to walk your hands forward and bring your forehead down to that right shin. If you want to come to full Hanumanasana, slide the legs, come into your full splits. Option to use the yoga blocks under each hand or under you to bring the floor to you. Inhale, exhale. Last breath. Let's repeat on the second side. Step the left foot forward. Help it up there if it needs some help. Make sure to cushion that back knee if it needs extra cushioning. Sink down through the hip, lift up through the crown. Press into that left foot and keep checking in with that knee. You want to be sure that you don't hyperextend. Keep the knee over the ankle. Lift through the chest. Try not to do a back bend here. This should feel really nice on that back quadricep. So think about it this way. Your back leg is stretching and your front leg is strengthening. Let's move into half monkey. Hands down, sink back. You decide how far your head is going to your leg. You could always sit back like so. You could sit on a block or your heel, or stretch it out. Walk the hands forward, drop your forehead to your shin, or come to full splits. Using the blocks if you need them. Two more breaths. Stay with us. Did I feel a rain droplet? Might be starting to rain, guys. I think we're just going to make it in the nick of time. From here, we're just going to slide that other leg around in front. And we're going to move into half Lord of the Sages. Half Lord of the Fishes. So you're going to take your right leg and cross it over your left. Right arm is behind you, left arm is bent and in front of the bent knee. You're going to inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist right. Do that again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, rotate. Make sure that you don't sink or collapse. Stay upright. Use this forearm to push on that leg. Now, if you're not able to look all the way behind you, just look to the side. You don't want to strain your neck here. You will know when you've gone far enough in your twist. You're going to take your time unraveling here. Low, middle, upper, forward. You might feel some warming sensation or tingling in your back. That's totally normal. Let's switch it out. Cross left over right. Now the right arm comes in front. Left arm is your second spine. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist left. Keep using your breath to twist deeper. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you deepen. If you can look all the way behind you, that's great. If not, just look to the side. Don't strain your neck here. The number one rule in yoga is ahimsa, or non-harm. So you never want to go to the point of harm or pain. Last breath. When you feel you can't twist anymore, bring yourself out of it, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time, facing the front. And back. From here, we're going to look to the side. Center, other side. Hold in the center and float your head backward. Dead rosebud pose. Really let that head hang heavy. Pretend there's a trap door up here. We're opening it and we want everything to flow out of it. I know it might feel kind of weird and embarrassing, but open your mouth really wide here like you're roaring. Now stick out your tongue. Click your molars together. Take your jaw side to side. Just work those facial muscles. They need it. I'm feeling more and more raindrops coming, so I better close pretty quick here. Lower down. Think of your head as a heavy bowling ball, really long neck, heavy head. Maybe take it right and side to side and up and down. Right and left, up and down. Let's put it all together in a neck roll. Side, roll, middle, side, roll, middle. Other way. Not too fast, you don't want to get dizzy here. Pause in the middle here. Pause. Roll your shoulders. Up, back, slide them down. Up, back, slide them down. Other way. And then stretch one arm across. Other. Good. Let's bring ourselves down. Let's come into Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. Pretend you're a little happy baby in a crib with no worries here. Angle your tailbone forward and down. Rock side to side. Get a little massage. Now, if you prefer, you can do half happy baby, one side at a time. Just keep drawing that knee down toward the mat, toward your armpit, either one at a time or both at the same time, whatever works for you. So half or together. Let's come into reclining butterfly. Now if you have the blocks, it's a really good time to use them here. Giving your legs something to rest on. Soles of the feet come together on the floor. Knees are bent, flop them open to each side. Arms can be out with palms up. You can have your hands on your stomach, or my personal favorite is triple diamond. A diamond with your hands, a diamond with your arms, a diamond with your legs. Now you have a chest opener here and a little back bend. Feel your collarbones opening, your heart center lifting. A nice, gentle, easy, safe back bend. Make sure you don't bounce the legs here. Just hold them still. Your pelvis should feel heavy, like a big anchor. Get rid of all that pelvic congestion here. This is a very restorative pose, very gentle, very relaxing. Remember, in this pose, it's okay to have a back bend. We don't need to have an imprinted spine here because we don't have one or both legs in the air. So it's okay to bend the back. Little baby back bend here. And we are ready to move into Shavasana, our final pose. This is corpse pose. So you want to just flop the legs and arms away from the body. Melt into your mat here. Let everything go. If you have a blanket and you want to cover up, or an eye pillow to cover your eyes so you get complete darkness, use that. If you prefer, you can lay on your side in fetal pose. Just find your most comfortable position here. Eyes are closed. Soften your forehead, your eyebrows, your jaw, your mouth. Belly and ribs. Both arms, all your fingers. Both legs and all your toes. Let everything go. Let it all go. Let go of things you can't control. Let go of fear. Let go of worry. Let go of anger. Anything negative that harms your mental and physical health, let it go. Instead, feel gratitude. Observe your belly rising and falling with each breath. Inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale, blow all the air out. Make sure to breathe into your whole back body too. Breathe into the backs and sides of your ribs. Breathe into your kidneys, all your organs, all your tissues, all your cells. Breathe into your spine. Deep, full, nourishing breaths. Remember, we're all part of something bigger than ourselves, and we're all in this together. Wiggle our fingers and toes. Get a good long stretch overhead with the arms. Roll to the right side in fetal pose. Set your intention for the remainder of your day to be calm and peaceful, mindful in everything you think, say, and do. Practice ahimsa. Live your yoga off your mat. Yoga's not about doing, it's about being. Let's press back to seated, where we will put our hands together at our hearts and collectively say as one, Namaste. Thanks for joining me.